everyone, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my new subbies and happy magical Monday. This is a series that I'm doing here on my channel, and this is the second episode throughout the month of November. Every Monday I will have a creative technique sprinkled in with a little bit of magic. It's fun and it's creative and it's a wonderful way to do art and paper crafting. Maybe it'll be something new you're seeing here on my channel for the first time, or something that you've seen before that needs a little bit of a reboot. Either way, I wanted to share it with you so that we can go through this fun creative process together. You might remember last week I did this one with the Yupo paper, the alcohol, and the markers, and I wanted to show you the creative finished product because I did come back with this one from last week before we do this week, and I'm really excited for this week's. It's going to be a lot of fun. So this is one of the backgrounds that I used, and you might remember it was a big piece just like this, and I decided to use a die cut and create a flower, and I used that negative and positive to make two different cards. So here is the floral image that was die cut, put down into this little frame here, and here is the opposite one. So both of them are unique and beautiful and a lot of fun, and this was that background that we created together last week. If you remember, I'll also link to that video in the description box below. So there you go. This one says let life surprise you, and this one says see possibility everywhere. Those are from Tim Holtz Ideology, and I thought it would be a wonderful sentiment to go with these really vibrant, beautiful backgrounds. So I'm really excited with how that turned out. I have another card, and that'll probably be over on my Instagram today. So this is another one I'll be able to use another time. Let's get started. Let me move this out of the way temporarily. What are we going to use this week? We are going to use some nail polish, and not for the nails. As you can see here, doing all of my samples, I have it all over my hands because I probably should have used one of these. So this is what I'm going to be using this week. You will need some water as well. I'm using one of these little trays from the Dollar Tree. You can use a tin pan, you can use a pie plate, whatever you want, as long as it has a little bit of depth so that you can pour in your water just like that, because you will definitely need water to make this magic happen. I am using some 300 GSM watercolor paper, but you can also use cardstock. It works just as fine, but make sure it is a heavyweight cardstock and it can hold up to a lot of water. So if you use something that's just like this is 120 pound, this is perfect. If you use one of the thinner ones like you see at Joann's, or sometimes those Michaels packs that have the 65 pound, it's not going to work. It's too thin. So anything like copy paper or as thin as an envelope, I wouldn't use that. You need something with some bulk to it. So what we are going to do is create a couple of card panels, and stay tuned because I did one earlier and I'm going to show you the finished product of this one as well. So I did cut these down to size. I actually prefer to use one this size and just do the whole thing, because no matter where it goes on here, I'll have plenty of room to use. As you know, I like to use my die cut, so if there's a small piece here, I can still find a way to use the bigger panel. So I'm going to stick with this one, which is a little bigger than a 5x7. I think this is going to be a 6 by, I don't have my ruler here. I think this is a 6x10 if I'm not mistaken. So we are going to use some nail polishes. Now these belong to my daughter. She did give me all of her old ones that she's not using anymore. These are gel nail polishes. These don't work. They sink to the bottom and they're not as successful. So any old nail polishes that you have laying around that they got a little bit too clumpy lumpy and you don't want to put them on your nails anymore, go ahead and keep those and put those in your art bin, because you can use them in a fun and creative way. So let's just get started. I'm going to dump in a couple of just random colors. So that's what it's going to do. As you can see, it's starting to dissipate, but it's actually a top layer on this water. It's actually starting to layer on the top here. And this is not being wasteful, and the reason for that is because none of these work on our nails because they did get a little bit older. So these are all from different companies. I think I got some OPI in here somewhere, and they got a little too kind of just like lumpy and bumpy, and we weren't able to really use those anymore. You know, I'm going to put in a couple of little spatters of this one here. I'm going to use a little bit of this plum color. I think this one's going to turn out really pretty, and I hope this turns out. I really do. So you ready for this? This is where the magic happens. This is a lot of fun. All you do, you can see just like oil on water, it rises to the top. We're going to sink this underneath, and you do have to go kind of quick. So it's going to go just like that. And then I give it a second to kind of settle down in there a little bit. So as you can see, it did settle on only part of it, which is why I like to use a bigger sheet, because if I had only used a smaller one, I would have lost some of this. Now this does take a couple of hours to dry, and the reason why is this is super thick. I think the 300 GSM is probably close to like 140-pound weight. Let me set that over there where I have a little towel. You can see here we'll have one more look, and I actually try to let these dry overnight because you get better results if they are drying overnight. So I'm going to show you the gel one just so you could see the difference. One of these worked earlier, and I'll show you that finished panel, and one of them did not. So that's why I'm thinking this is probably not as successful. This color's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. You see how these are having a hard time coming out? Well, let's do this anyway. Let's do this really quickly. Use some of this purple, and hopefully I'll be able to show you. This is exactly the problem that I was having earlier with the gel one. So let's go back to the regular nail polishes, and let's use some of this vibrant peachy orange. This is a really gorgeous color. Super cute, and this is a lot of fun. It really is. You need a well ventilated area, because if not, this gets really strong. So let's try a smaller one. We'll do this since it is a little smaller sheet, and here we go. Oh my goodness. So it'll go just like that. Pick up those colors, and let's see if we can get this. You see how the ones that are the gel pens, they don't stick as well. The gel pens, the gel nail polish, it doesn't stick as well, and I'm getting a little bit of film here. It is part of the creative process and part of the fun, and once this is dry, it's going to look splendid. So there you go. There's another one. I'm going to set that right there. Do my hands really quickly. And I think I'm going to go ahead and show you the completed ones, and then show you my completed card. Oh my goodness, it turned out so beautiful. So I'm going to let that dry over here for one quick second. These are two that I did earlier so that they would be dry so I could show you. Pretty similar, the colors. Isn't this stunning? Absolutely beautiful. And this was just with nail polishes that we weren't able to use anymore. Instead of throwing them out, we created a couple of beautiful backgrounds. Here is another one with tones of blue. It's got some pink in there, some blush pink down in here, and I love all of the little marble swirls. Gorgeous. This looks a lot like something that you would see in a high-end marble, or maybe even some plates or some dinnerware. Just simply gorgeous. Now I did make one of these earlier, and I'll show you what I did. So we have this one and this one. I'll leave that there so you can see that. And this is my card. I did a panel earlier with one of these. I stamped it out with a stamp and used a die. And this is what it looks like. I created a very unique and interesting looking floral card. I put Think Happy Thoughts on there. This is a sentiment. I believe it's from K & Company. Put some little enamel dots and lots of layering to give this some depth and some bulk. So incredibly unique. Very individual flowers. I don't think I could color that. And it does have that little bit of glimmer. Love that shiny little nail polish throughout. out. And again, if you don't know when you receive this in the mail, you probably would be wondering what on earth is on here. And it's just simply gorgeous. It does have a glossy look to it. Super, super unique and pretty. It is a creative, artistic way to use your stamps and dies sprinkled in with that magic. So that is what I have to share this week, my friends. I'm going to be able to use this for something and this for something. Haven't figured out what yet. You could always just use this as a square and just put a sentiment on there. You don't need any dies or stamps at all. You can use this for just about anything. ATCs, you can make a little birthday card with this. So that is the one card that I created, and then this is the panel that we made together. Here's this one, and where's our second one? Over here. So this one is the ones that we made, my friends. As soon as these are dry, I'll be back next week to share with you another set of cards that I make with this one. As always, there is a giveaway on this post. I have a little crafty package to send to one person who leaves a comment. So at the end of this series, there will be 3 winners. So go ahead and let me know, what did you think of the nail polish technique? If you've tried it, tell me what you think of it. And that's going to be it for this one, my friends. If you like my content, please consider hitting that like button. It really helps my channel, and hit that subscription with your notifications on. I'll let you know when I have a new video up. Leave me a comment, and that's going to be it for this one, my friends. Come back next Monday. There will be another set of Magical Monday little creative cards for you as well. I'm really looking forward to that one. That one's going to be a fun one. Definitely going to have some gloves. That's going to be it for this one, my friends. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.